Hey everybody. Doing our best for all students is really a team effort. And for that reason, I wanted to share with you a short video about some things about our strategic plan to help you understand a little bit better. Or if you do understand it, maybe go like next level, right? So let's talk about what it is and why it's important for kids in Churchill County a little bit. First of all, some people might want to know, what is a strategic plan? A strategic plan is really just a document that outlines a school's mission and vision and sets some goals and objectives to help accomplish that. It's like a long-range plan. It's not something that just sits on the shelf, but it's something that we look at and modify and use to guide everything we do within a district. Some of the things that might be included in a strategic plan would be outlines of what students will learn, like the curriculum or the skills. Also, there might be talk about how we can help teachers to have opportunities to develop professionally, or really just anything in the way that district works, like the way everything works, improvement efforts in all the processes that we have. So that's kind of an outline of what a strategic plan is. So let's talk about, why is that even necessary? Some people think like, well, look, we got textbooks or we got a curriculum we got to teach. That's really what we're just supposed to do, right? Well, that is part of it, right? But we're living in really an awesome time that's marked by tons of change. Some people are even calling it a new, like another industrial revolution or a new renaissance. But whatever you want to call it, we have to recognize that kids that are growing up now have different needs than in the past, really different needs. The changes all around us are super easy to see. You can see them in business. Things like Amazon or Netflix have changed their industries. Our society is different with the way everybody's interconnected throughout the whole world. It's not just a local thing anymore. Transportation changes in all different ways, from Uber to self-driving cars to who knows what's coming in the future. We have customized medicine, even, designer medications and genetic editing, things like that. It's really obvious that kids have a different skill set that they need to develop. It might be about computer sciences, it might be about working with the Internet of Things, or it might just be a refocus on those soft skills that have always been important to us. Things like collaborating with people, or getting along with other people, or being like a good citizen, so that we can use our talents and combine them with other people's talents for the best. So really, whatever a kid wants to do, when they finish up here, we want them to be able to say, I'm going down my path and I feel ready for my life. And that's what we call being life ready, helping students to be prepared for whatever they choose. So some people want to know, how was the strategic plan formed? And that's a really good question. It started back in the fall of 2018, and there were surveys sent out with asking for people's opinion. And when I say people, I'm talking about the community, business, families, teachers, kids, everybody, right? And we got a lot of information about what they felt was important to have in a school district. And everybody was invited to participate. After we got this massive amount of data and started to compile it, committees were formed and everybody was invited to join that. And these committees started with the question, what do students in Churchill County need to be ready to contribute in a positive way to their futures? And from that question, we developed the strategic plan, and it was created, and that was like the kickoff, right? Well, that's where we started going from there. So what exactly is in the Churchill County School District strategic plan? Let's take a look. There are 3 goals, and in those goals, we have developing learning opportunities for kids to help them be life ready. We have develop a whole child, meaning not just facts and things like that, but like thinking about their whole life and how we can help them to have opportunities to become engaged citizens. And then also we took a look inside at how we could build our teams. So we have a goal related to communication, and that could be within district employees and students and staff, and also reaching out to make collaborations with community partners and families. So those are our 3 goals. I'd like to take a second really quick and show you some of the objectives within each goal and how they relate to some of the things maybe you've heard about that are going on in the district right now. So the first goal has 4 objectives. The first one is let's define what exactly we want all kids to have, and no matter if they're like a little kid or an older kid or whatever, what do we feel are some traits that are really important for them to be successful, no matter what they choose, whether it's I want to go to grad school, or I want to go to a job, or I want to learn a trade, or whatever they want to do, right? What's important to them, and we developed the profile of a learner. So maybe you've seen this logo that outlines those 6 traits of a profile of a learner. That's where that came from. The second objective in goal number 1 is all about making opportunities for our professionals to develop skills surrounding these new needs for kids. So one thing right now that there's been a lot of work on has been learner agency. You might hear people talk about learner agency. Why are we doing that? How's that related? Well, here's the hook, right? It's part of developing high impact instructional and professional practices. There's lots of other things that our professionals work on developing as well, but this is just one of them. Objective number 3 is about building multiple pathways for learning. So we know that kids need personalized learning. Everything's personalized now, right? Like your playlist and music, the way you get your burger, like every single thing is personalized. So why shouldn't education be personalized? It should be personalized. And so we want to offer different ways for kids to learn. Now, just because they have different ways to learn doesn't mean they're going to be learning totally different things. There are some core things that everybody, some skills and some knowledge that everybody needs to have. So that is objective number 4 as we're developing these continuums of learning, meaning like lists of super core things that our teachers are identifying as these are the essentials. So the way these things link to some of the work that you might hear going on in the district, blended learning, project-based learning, competency-based learning, personalized learning, that's all related to objective 3. And you might hear about the LCF or learner-centered framework. That's those curriculum continuums in objective number 4. So those are how all those things link with goal number 1 in our strategic plan. So goal number 2 also has 4 objectives, and this is about building the whole child. We want to give them opportunities to become global citizens and help them know what that is and how they can be contributors to our community. Objective 2 is about being positive in the way we interact with kids and giving them positive behavior, having positive behaviors, positive engagement with kids. And something you'll hear like a structure that we're using to build that is PBIS. So you might hear PBIS. That's how that hooks into our strategic plan. Later in objective 3, we're obviously talking about you got to be to school, you got to come so we can help you out. And so we're working on attendance. And finally, we want to look at the whole kid, right? It's not just about throwing information at them and say, hey, get this test score or whatever. We want kids to be happy. Like, people want to be happy. People need to be happy. And they need to have social skills. So you might hear about social, emotional, and academic development for all learners. And an abbreviation for that is SEED. So you might hear about SEED. This is how SEED hooks in, right? It's part of goal number 2, objective 4. Our last goal is about the communication structures. So annually, we're going to go around and check out our communication internally and externally and do an evaluation for improvement. Our second objective is improve our communication methods. And you'll see our efforts on social media with Peach Jar, with, Infinite Campus, like everything, right? There are so many ways to collaborate and communicate. So we want to continue using those effectively. And objective number 3 is about having parent engagement opportunities. So when you get an invitation to those, this is why we're doing it. We want to build these links with the community. We want to have more collaboration, more engagement with families. We want to give you more opportunities to be involved. And so that's why we're offering that. And we hope you'll take advantage of that. So now that we have the plan, what are the next steps? Like I mentioned, this isn't just like we're going to write it and then stick it on the shelf thing. We're going to have our goal is continuous progress. So we want to continue working to clarify what we're doing. Things like this video and other messages will be coming out because we want all the little parts of the things we're doing. We want that to be clear so you know what's the purpose behind our work. We also want to keep inviting everybody to participate, whether it be people who already work in a district or families or businesses or whatever. We want everybody to be involved. This is like the school can be a community hub that benefits everybody, and it really should be that way. So we want to keep inviting. And then a third way that we can continuously progress and improve is let's be happy about successes and progress, and let's be cool with that and celebrate as we move forward. So I just want to say thank you for your time watching the video and learning a little bit more about the strategic plan and how different things that we're doing hook together with that. Hope that you'll all choose to follow us on social media as we work to improve and highlight the things that we're doing and be involved and be a conscious participation agent in the education of kids in our community. And, if you have questions, that's just fine. We want to invite you to ask those questions. You can always contact Dr. Summer Stevens, our superintendent. There's her email. And also myself and Michelle Richardson, our innovation facilitators in the district. And here are our emails. And if you have a question, ask us. We'd really love to hear from you and discuss your questions. So thanks again for your time. Appreciate it, and hope you have a great day. Thank you.